Yerp, what up? It's your boy Reefer fucking Rude, man, and welcome to the CYPH on this beautiful, glorious Wednesday afternoon where I'm kicking it, and I know for a Fendi fucking fact that you guys are kicking it. If you're over the age of 21, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. That way you are always in tune with the newest drop here at the motherfucking CYPH. You dig? If you're under the age of 21, I'm gonna ask polite you get the fuck out of here. Nothing against you personally, but right here, right now, is just not the time or place for you. It will be the time or place the day you get a wreck or the day you turn the age of 21. So until then, get the fuck out of here. Alrighty, family. So here we are in beautiful Southern California, and we are getting closer to Halloween day by day. And me being the horror movie fan that I am, I thought it was funny.
Come on, step on it!
I live in LA, the greater Los Angeles area, and all these movies, all these horror movies that I've seen growing up my whole life, I'm about 20 minutes from. Like literally, I live 20 minutes away from our first location. I'll get down to that in a second.
Just shut up and drive before I kick your fucking teeth in.
So I thought, I've never been to these locations. Why not take me and the CYPH out and go to these locations? That way, if you guys have never seen it, it'd be the first time for you guys as well. Not to mention, you know, I gotta smoke a little bit in front of these locations. This is what we do at the CYPH. So with that being said, we are at our first location here in South Pasadena. And you guys may not know this location. John, make sure you get the whole house. It's beautiful. Now, right off the bat, you can tell that this isn't your average house, because normally when you check houses in Southern California, they're like ranch style houses. You may come across a house that does have 2 levels, but 9 times out of 10 there isn't one. This is an older style house. You can tell by how the porch is and everything. Funny enough, I believe the movie took place in Chicago, so it's funny. This looks like a house that would be in a suburban neighborhood that's not in the West Coast. That's how you know they did their due diligence. This house is from Child's Play 2. Now, Chucky 2, Child's Play 2, wasn't necessarily my favorite Child's Play movie. The first one and the third one was. I can understand why people didn't necessarily like the third one. The first one is their holy grail, their opus. I wonder if they used the whole house, even the backyard, in the movie, or if that was a different location in the movie. I'm not too sure. I don't want to spend too much time here because we have a lot of other locations to go to. So our job here at the CYPH, it's not necessarily to come here to the location, although I could do it without smoking, because that's how much I love horror movies and how much I love Child's Play and the Child's Play franchise. Wouldn't be doing this a complete service unless I smoked in front of this bitch. Today we're gonna be smoking Buddies Liquid Diamonds Live Resin. Diamond Live Resin sauce, I believe it is. BRRR Liquid Diamond Live Resin sauce. If you're not smoking BRRR by Buddies, please pull out whatever apparatus you may have. Let's go on this wild ride, baby. Happy Sam, hey man. Live resin. But I'm starting to realize there's different type of live resins. There's Friendly Farms and there's everybody else. This is good. This is good. Diamonds, BRRR. I get a nice little fruity back end, the BRRR. I'm gonna look up this strand, but we're gonna be on to the next location. Let's go do it right now. We'll be right back. Peace. Yo, fucking crazy shit. So me and cameraman John were on our way to the next movie location. And we were thinking Domino's, right? We were thinking Domino's, you know, because we're going to have some time. It was like 20 minutes for the next location. Here we are at Domino's. I'm in the car, right? And I'm like, yo, pull over real quick, because there's Rialto Theater. Now, you guys may not know this, but Rialto Theater is from Scream 2. So in Scream 2, there's a movie premiere in the movie. The outside of that is a theater in Hollywood. The inside of the theater where Scream did the killing, right in there. All of it transpired right in there. And funny enough, we weren't even really coming here, although I knew I had that in the option of what movies to look out for. I wasn't too sure. But considering it was right next to fucking Domino's where we planned on going to eat lunch, it was like, damn, poetic. And truthfully, I didn't even fucking want Domino's. I wanted Pizza Hut. But John wanted Domino's, so here we are. So thank God I listened to John. Thank God we stopped at Domino's. And you know what? Thank God we stopped here to see the Rialto Theater. This is where Scream went on a murderous rampage in the theater in Scream 2. So now we're gonna get some pizza and go to the next location. I'll see you there. So here we are in beautiful Hollywood, California, here at the next location. This next location is a very iconic location, movie and location. Now, I'll be honest with you, I was around here before, a couple of years ago. I used to eat at this Chipotle that was right up the street. And it's funny enough, while eating at that Chipotle, I had no idea that right around the corner stood this iconic house, which was featured in an iconic horror movie that I've seen on numerous occasions. This movie back here, I don't want to tell you, I kind of want you to guess. So if you want to guess, pause right now, give yourself some time, think about it, and then continue the video. This house was featured in A Nightmare on Elm Street. That's right, Freddy Krueger, the original Nightmare on Elm Street. Robert Englund, Freddy Krueger, was filmed right here. And funny enough, we're going back to that Child's Play 2 house, where it doesn't look like it would be in Southern California, even though we're right in the fucking precipice of Hollywood. We're right off of Sunset. Nightmare on Elm Street Part 1 is amazing because it has everything about the 80s that I love. It has the color, it has the sound, it has the grit of the 80s, and that is the epitome of Halloween. I'll be honest with you, ladies and gents, being here right now, it brings me back to going to the Michael Myers house for the first time. It's like your childhood is right in front of you and you really don't know how to respond to it. First time I've ever been here. I'm a Halloween fan, so it made sense that I was gonna go to the Michael Myers house first, but I can check this off of the bucket list now. This is an iconic house. You know what? I might just watch A Nightmare on Elm Street tonight. So more importantly, we're gonna smoke in front of this bad boy. I wanna give a big shout out to cameraman John, who's hooking me up. This is his pen. This is Buddy's BRRR. I think he said it was like 85%. 85% diamond live resin pen. Disposable. Salute, cheers. Right in front of the Nightmare on Elm Street house. Nancy's house. Salute, cheers. So there's a tour bus. I just took a blinker right in front of the tour bus who was driving by to see the Nancy house from Nightmare on Elm Street. I just took a little blinker in front of them too. Is that him casually going into his house? And there he is, Freddy Krueger's son, going into his house. I wonder how pissed you'd have to be to just see a whole bunch of people in front of your house around like Halloween. I wonder how they give a fuck about it, how they feel. Because think about it. I'm in there taking a fucking dump and I look out the window and there's people taking pictures of the fucking house and my fucking ass looking out the window as I'm dropping a deuce. That's not really a great feeling. But I guess you kind of knew that when you bought the house. You know, this is an iconic house that was featured in one of the most legendary horror movies of all time. Kind of got to go into it expecting that you may get some weird company on your street taking pictures of your house on any given time. So I'm sure they don't give a fuck now. But I'm sure at one point they gave a fuck. But it's a beautiful house. In the movie, there was no hedges. It was just complete yard. So you got a better glance, a better perspective of how the house actually looked. Right now, you don't really get too much of a perspective other than
That. And honestly, I would have kept the door red. If you really want to ask me, I would have kept the door red. It would have went well with the house. But they redid a lot. This whole block is very Halloween-y. All the neighbors seem to be very into the holidays, which is good. But yeah, this is it. This is the next location. Iconic location. And I just wanted to make sure that you guys saw this. Right across the street. And at that Chipotle, I saw the actor who played the Joker in the Gotham show series that was on Fox 5, I believe. I think that was a couple of years ago. It had to have been at least 5 years ago. But I remember meeting him at that Chipotle right on the corner, right here. But it's funny, as I was eating at that Chipotle as many times as I was, never in a million years did I think that this iconic house would be just not even a minute away from it. It's so fucking mind-boggling, but that's California. That's California. One of these next videos, I'm going to be doing the Friday saga. Friday 1, next Friday, and Friday after next, and where those were filmed. But it's funny how close those are to home. We're going to go to one more location, one more, and then that's it. It's a wrap. This was it, though. This was the magnum opus right here. We came, we saw, we conquered, record sales, sold out motherfucking concerts. This is what it's about. This was the mission. Coming here, Nancy's house from Nightmare on Elm Street. You gotta love it. You gotta appreciate it. Just look. Just take a look at it for a second. I'm gonna get out of the shot, but just look and admire it for a second. There you go. Watch the step up here. Got it? Alright, cool. Thank you, sir.
Ya cerrado como 4 años.
No me digas, cabrón. Okay, so here we are at the next location. Espérame. Alright, so family, here we are at the next and final location here at the CYPH. This adventure. Visiting movie locations. Historic horror movie locations. Although this next location isn't so much from an iconic horror film, it is still an iconic piece of horror here in the heart of Los Angeles. So our next location, the final location for this video, is none other than Cecil Hotel. Or Hotel Cecil. And you guys may not know too much about Hotel Cecil. This is where Alicia Lam, the Chinese student, was found.
We begin with a disturbing development in the search for a young Vancouver woman in Los Angeles. Nearly 3 weeks after Alicia Lam went missing, a body has been found in a water tank on the roof of her hotel.
Her body was found in a water tank on the rooftop of this building right here. She was found dead.
This is what it looks like at the Cecil Hotel in LA. You can see officials surrounding a water tank. This morning, someone complained about the water pressure at the hotel. When a worker went to investigate, he found the body inside. 21-year-old Alicia Lam went missing on January 31st. She'd been staying at the Cecil. This surveillance video shows the UBC student acting strangely the night she went missing.
Actually, how people knew she was in the water tank, where there were a couple of people that were staying at the hotel at the time. They were running some water, and the water had a weird smell to it, had a weird tinge to it, and had a weird color to it. That's when the hotel staff went up to the water tank and discovered Alicia Lam's dead corpse rotting in the water tank. Now it just gives me chills because that woman had to have been up there for at least a solid month before anybody discovered her. There was a famous serial killer that killed some people who stayed in this hotel, Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker. Yes, the satanic serial killer killed people in this hotel. At one point, this hotel was a den for the homeless. It was a den for the drug addicts. it was the only hotel that would accommodate them so there wouldn't be any homeless. So what do you get when that happens? You just get a whole bunch of fucked up energy in one fucked up place. Drugs, prostitution, you name it. This is ground zero for the devil in LA. There is so much death and so much horror and so much evil that happened and transpired in this hotel that it's no longer in service today. Now, at one point after everything, they changed the name to Stay on Main. That didn't last too long because people still knew the horror that existed in this hotel. Stay on Main is now closed. Cecil Hotel is now closed. They tried to revamp, they tried to rebrand, nothing worked for them, unfortunately, because the horror behind this hotel. Now, I thought that they were gonna be open so we can at least go into the lobby and maybe ask some questions, but unfortunately, it's not open. But there is a gentleman that is right in front of the hotel who seems to know a little bit. Doesn't know too much, but let's go over there and see what he has to say. He's gonna say it in Spanish too, so I'm gonna have to translate. Let's go over there and just see. This was the main entrance, but as you can tell, it's shut down. The gentleman over there said that it was shut down in around 2008, 2009, but it couldn't have been because they just made the Stay on Main recently. I don't even think Alicia Lam died. Mi amigo dice, my friend here says that Alicia Lam was found in a water tank. ¿Eso es la verdad? ¿Y tú crees que fui droga? ¿Tú crees que fui un espíritu malo? So he says that there's no horror, there's no spirits. He says there's no spirits, there's no bad energy, there's nothing. Pero tú fui adentro. Tú fui adentro. He actually stayed there. A long time ago he stayed there. ¿Cuándo tú viniste aquí a Estados Unidos? 1980. He came here in 2005. He stayed here in 2005. Yeah, propaganda. So he says that it's nothing really, there was nothing scary about this place. He says that it was all just propaganda. Right. And he doesn't believe in it. ¿Y por qué cerraron?
No sé, bro. Yo no sé por qué cerraron. Eso lo cerraron hace tiempo. Yo no estaba por ahí cuando cerraron.
He says that he doesn't know why, because I'm wondering why it shut down.
I don't know why.
He says he has no idea. I'm curious. Because they changed the name. The name was at one point Hotel Cecil Hotel, but then they changed it to Stay on Main. Pues, brother, gracias. Ajá. Let's go this way. Yes. This was Stay on Main, right here. But then it was shut down, and now this whole hotel, this huge iconic hotel that was iconic to Southern California, is now no longer. Homie over here says that it's not haunted, that it's just bullshit and propaganda. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But there has been some spooky shit that's happened at this hotel that you can believe. But this is it. That is the video, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed this Halloween special edition video here at the site. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you enjoy the content, and I will see you at the next one. Peace.